Well, hello there, and welcome to the I Love Nicole Show. I'm your host, Jane. Just kidding, I'm Nicole, of course, and this is a very special episode to me because we have two of my very favorite people on tonight displaying their wares of creative treasure. I've known both of them for years, and I've seen their talent just soar. One is a poet of sound and image. The other is a musician, singer, songwriter, which you're going to hear from both of them in just a moment. So, scrubs. I wear scrubs to bed because my cousin works for some sort of laser company and has to wear scrubs, and I always steal them when I go to his house. But anyway, so I answer the door sometimes in scrubs because, I mean, they're scrubs, right? I mean, they wear them in hospitals. It's not like you're in your pajamas. Just because I sleep in them doesn't automatically make them pajamas, right? So so I open the door, and all the time I get this immediate look of like, oh, you're a nurse? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Oh, right, no, because, and then I have to explain this whole story, right? So now, every time, they're like, oh, you are nurse? There's always this look. And so now I just kind of say yes, because why not? I was thinking, okay, so I wear these as pajamas, and the delivery guys seem to like them, and but everyone wears them in hospitals. So, and then you think, well, nurses and doctors, whatever, they all have sex, right? Isn't that a lot of why people become doctors? Because they're just like once, you know, they become a nurse, and then the doctor, they're just like, I'm like free reign with, you know, the whipping penis, right? All doctors, every single one. No, but anyway, so I was thinking, wow, it is really easy to have sex in scrubs. Like, all you do, like, you just yank them and they're gone. It doesn't really matter how tight you tie the string. They're going to come down. I mean, unless they're like, you know, exactly. Like, and then, so what is that? That just like comes through nice and easy? Like, you know, they can just go around like a cart or something and just whip, just blah, and then go back? Is it that easy? Why do they wear them? They're so comfortable. I love scrubs. And, you know, hospital sex. Hey, if the doctors are happy with what, you know, is going on, then they're going to be kind of cooler to take care of you. So, yay, sex and doctors and scrubs. All right, so we are here with Kino. Finally, I've been waiting for this guy to come forever. I've been talking to him for many years, and I've never actually laid eyes on him, so he's kind of like a mystery that is finally being revealed. And here he is in white in all of his glory and splendor, right? I'm so excited. Hi, Kino.
Hello.
Thank you for coming on the I Love Nicole Show.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Thank you. So tell the people about yourself and the things you do.
I live in New York. I call it New Vague City. That's all there is to me.
New Vague City.
Yeah.
New Vague City. And
one of my master plan is to get out of here.
Really?
Yes.
And to go where? Where would you go?
I mean, I'd probably like to keep a leg here and the other leg spread over to Europe.
Ah, so you're going to straddle the pond. Nice. Tell me about your poetry. Tell me about you.
I'm basically a poet who writes in images, sounds and words. Mm-hmm. It's not so much about verbal poetry, although I write, because it was the first creative activity I ever engaged with, you know, as a child. But right now is what interests me in the world and where I am in it, with my endeavours, with my contribution. I write in images, sounds and words, and music is a big part of it. Music is the reason why I'm in New York.
I see. So you're a poet, and then you use music and image to be able to tell your story.
It's not so much about constructing a story. It's the opposite. It's about basically taking down stories and revealing the essential attributes to our story as humanity. That's really just the scope of how I see myself operating as a poet.
That's everything, isn't it? Because you're really taking out pieces of yourself, moments in time or whatever happens, and then bringing it forth, putting it together in images of poetry and sound. Yes?
And they're interchangeable because they all come from the same nucleus of unspoken, feeling. Often people may identify with that elusive quality. The feeling is represented in images in the absence of sound, in sound in the absence of words, vice versa, and they're sort of different realities that basically hark back to this original essential core that we can feel without words.
That makes sense. So you're really using all different parts of your brain, right? Every time you're looking at or not hearing something or being spoken to, you're like awakening people is what you're doing, right?
That's my effort. As far as I'm concerned, I like to put my effort in that rather than conjuring up specific stories or my own creative element. There's a lot of that. I mean, people do very well creating fantasies, and their imagination thrives. It's great, but I'm really obsessed with the opposite. I see that as my promise.
So tell me, what are you doing currently with your poetry, sight and sound?
I'm here. We're talking about an event, and it's been going on. We had 4 events so far. No, 3 events. And the 4th one is going to be a big one in June. And it's because I've been working with the producer who builds his own equipment and sort of creates custom gear for the sound, for my sound, for what I want to do with my songs and how they should be presented. So basically, preparing that at the moment, and we'll launch. The goal is to take that on the road out to Europe.
But what are the events? Tell me.
The events consist of a live set of music, but also I get collaborators, because I've got a mirror version of all these happenings in filmic, episodic cuts that basically get distributed over the internet. And so I choose my collaborators, people who interest me, who are doing interesting things, like yourself. And are
you saying that we're going to be on your show? That's fantastic.
It's going to mirror. What do they call it? The parallax view.
Yes, the opposite side, right? Yes, that would be fascinating.
Into the infinity,
So where do they find it? It's on the web?
It's on the web.
Okay.
But the goal of this web series is to develop relationship with people, and then if we stick together, we could basically manifest what is established in the series at live events. So your character turning up as an event as your character with an object or a story that's established in an episode, gets reenacted or enacted live. That's part of the dramatic, maybe the lunatic aspect, not dramatic, the lunatic aspect of a live performance.
So how do we get to see this project called Live?
If you are lucky to be in New York City, then you could basically walk into an event that it's set up for the next. There's a big one coming in June. That's going to be in a house of a gallery. Although I'm allergic to the idea of galleries and art world of that, we somehow managed to occupy
a gallery. But it sounds great.
Yeah. So that's going to be up for a month. About 31 days of performance.
Okay.
Music and live production of this live, collaborating with people out of this gallery environment, going out in the streets, filming.
Interesting. Yeah. So you're collaborating with different people to get this live out there. So it's everyone's piece of their live, and then it comes together.
Essentially, what is
getting it right?
Yeah. Not far off at all. It's the whole aim is to inspire people, right? So I'd like to be the medium. If I interact with you or anyone else who is in their own path, working, having some creative endeavour, then I, in a way, create a situation where they just basically keep reminding themselves of what they should be focused about in their own path.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime we interact, we film it as the people who we really are, and doing things together. So it's almost a panel for focusing, and keep the focus into manifesting yourself, or that whoever's on board. And none of these people got to be artistic at all.
Wow.
Real people, real situations,
That's amazing. So it's basically...
That's the premise of that. So the web series help. I have a very big web presence. Got about 7-8 sites that are sort of daisy chained to one another.
Nice.
All under poetofsoundandimage.com.
So everything is coming together.
Finally.
And finally.
About time.
And here we go with the culmination. Yeah. Wonderful.
I'm glad that you're going to be there.
Absolutely. I love it. All right. So let's check out an episode of Lift.